Good morning and welcome to the coffee shop. We're glad you stopped by to join us.
You had a week this week?
I've had a week.
Wow, that's good.
Had a full week.
It's been wet and dry, hasn't it?
Exactly.
That's it.
It's been cool and it's been hot.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those
The whole
things.
world, yeah.
If you didn't enjoy this weather,
Yeah.
I don't know where you'll need to move to because you had a little bit of all of it.
That's right.
As we had mentioned previously, this appears to be our last coffee shop show.
Right.
We're going the way of Christy.
That's it. On the way, where'd Christy? Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
They took
Christy got
But
done.
it may come back for fall series.
Yeah, it's a possibility. That's
I
right.
thought Christy.
But you should
I
be
don't know
letting
about
your
us.
you
Yeah.
should be letting your CBS affiliates know that you're
That's
interested.
right. It really is. You know, good Christian programming. People don't know what we're talking about. Christy's. If you don't know, you should have been watching. Nobody joined it. Okay.
There were very few. There was very few. There were Thursday nights, and I caught them a few times, missed them a few times, and started trying to find it. It wasn't on there, but it was a very good family-oriented show. And I would encourage everybody to write to CBS or call them and let them know you're interested in seeing that. Catherine Marshall's Mother is a book she had written about her mother, and it's adapted from that.
Okay.
So it's very interesting.
You know Catherine Marshall?
Yes, a personal friend. You don't know
I know
Catherine?
Catherine Marshall. I mean, you know.
Forget it. Forget that. We didn't say that. Well, Buster has gotten us together. Buster was supposed to be here with us this morning. He's not. Some of our tapes that we have done in the past. But then my note from Buster this morning says that these are tapes we've never seen. So, and at the top it says, this project is not working out. So take that for whatever you'd like to take it for. But we're going to be talking about this. And understand tape 1 has 2 segments and 1 is 5 minutes. So we will go ahead and see that and see how about this project that we're talking about.
That's right. See how
And
it's
then
working
we'll
out.
comment on it later. So if our broadcast media is ready, we will see the first tape.
Tell me a little bit about your daddy. Is he still living?
Yes. And he's farming, flying a mule every day, 77 years old. And he's in good health. He can outrun me, he still play baseball, softball. And he's just in good health, doing well.
Do you ever think you'll be the man your father is?
Oh, no. No, I never had that kind of energy. 77, I'll be somewhere sitting down with a cane, probably.
Rolling.
Hey, American Legion. Yay, American Legion.
You bet.
Is this a little unusual for a woman to be commander
I'm the first.
in the United States?
No, in the state of Texas. We've had about 4 or 5 nationwide. This year we have the 2 largest states in the United States, Alaska and Texas, each have a woman commander. Ann Jennings from Alaska and myself from Texas.
Well, Jim Holly prepared me. He said you were the best qualified for this job, and he was expecting great things out of you.
Well, thank you, Jim Holly, wherever you are.
Okay, and just blow it, see what kind of sound it makes. And then you can pull on it and change the sound with the tunes. This is what the tuner does all the time. He changes the sounds of it and makes it all together. And this one is with an open toe. Some of them, see that one has a tiny opening? That's called closed toe.
Microphone now. Wake up guys in the studio and give me a 3 count, and then we'll know.
You really want me to give you a 3
Yeah,
count?
so we'll know what to do the tape says. Wake up guys in the studio.
Wake up, guys in the studio. Wake up, guys in the studio. I'm giving you a 1, 2, 3. Hello, we're glad you dropped by for the coffee shop. We're at the Shelby College today. We're going to have the flower show of the Garden Club, and we have some ladies here that's going to tell us about the Center Garden Club. We have Linda Miller, who's the current president of the Garden Club.
Incoming.
Incoming. You're not
official?
not official yet. Sheila's still official today.
She'll be official as soon as this show is over.
Well, see, I thought this was your first official function.
No.
Okay. You just Sheila's last official function.
Yes, my last.
Well, we've got that down. Now, this is Sheila's last official function here at the garden show. Well, you did a great job. I was fixing to compliment Linda. I thought she had done a wonderful job.
I had lots of help.
That really makes a good club, and that's what you're counting on.
That's what I'm counting on a lot. The theme of our show is Texas Treasures. In each category, it's going to be something from the state of Texas. The Section A is Wealth of Our Land. This is Class 1, Natural Resources. Opal Hufford is our first club member who did a design. She chose to use oil. There she blows, black gold, oil that is. And this is her design showing a derrick.
When I first looked at this design, I didn't look to see what she was doing, and I thought, what happened to that flower? And then when I saw that it was supposed to be an oil derrick, well, then I understood what it was. Very clever and very interesting.
She received the second award in this category.
Okay, we're going to go down to the next one.
Welcome back to the coffee shop. Wayne and I are very excited to have Congressman Chapman with us this morning. And in case you didn't recognize, we're not in our regular place at the First Baptist Church and Center. We're at the Blackwell's garden spot here in Center. And we're so happy to have you with us this morning.
I'm glad to be back in Shelby County and good to be with you.
All right. We're glad to have you and are anxious to hear about what you feel like is going on in Washington, D.C. that will influence us in Shelby County. You know, we seem like we're a long way away from there, but we hear of all these millions of dollars you guys spend up there and wondering, you know, a lot of folks kind of scratch their head and say, golly, we've got a big, important government. You know, what does it do for us here in Shelby County? Mm-hmm. And it's people like you we depend on to let us know what's going on.
Okay. Well, of course, that one of my most important jobs is, of course, to work for the people in my congressional district. And a part of that job is to communicate with the folks back home about what we are doing, how it affects them, and what we do in Washington in spending, as you correctly say, an awful lot of money.
Yeah.
What are people getting? Are they getting their money's worth? And are we being good stewards of the taxpayer dollar? It's a legitimate question that I should be called to task on.
To have you here, we're going to Russia with Love from Center, Texas. Buster's here recording. You know, everybody else is doing the work. Buster's here holding the camera and doing the work. But, come on in and help us tote stuff to Russia from Center.
All right, what you got in here?
Well, we've got the legal department working on it. Bob Fairchild's making sure it's legally correct and ready to go.
Looks like an X-ray machine.
I think it is. Yeah, it's the whole thing's going to go. Everything in here is going to go.
Machine that works the X-ray. It's got to be a push button or something.
Yeah, there's something back there. We need to get the boxes out.
That goes to Russia?
No, we're going to make some coffee.
They drink coffee in Russia.
What's your function?
Recorder
Recorder of what?
of what you're doing.
So I'm recording.
No, you're videoing.
Oh.
I'm recording. I'm putting words to your pictures.
Oh, well, great. Great. You got a good crew out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. These look like beds.
They do look like beds, don't they?
Come on around, Mr. Ben. All right. If you go that way, I'll go this way.
Right.
I get my car. All right.
I'll bring up the pail. Hey, Mom!
Let's ask Bob before we go across there. What is going to do the room? Let's ask Bob. Is Bob out there?
Who?
Bob Reed. Is he out here?
Last time I saw him, he hit this area.
Whoa!
Somebody holler for you down there. Down that way.
He left.
Mr. Parrish, I was looking for you.
Oh, Mr. Parrish.
Hook it hard, hook it hard. Just watch Indy.
Hook it hard.
Yeah. What are we doing?
We're just having more fun for Saturday. I've been waiting all week for this.
I got it. Go.
Yeah, cut it back.
Go ahead, cut it back.
Let me see if I can pull this thing down here.
Huh?
That move.
Well, yeah, it moves. There you go.
Ah, there.
You got him, Mr.
Ingenuity at work.
Talk.
Tell you what, I believe we can go right down
Yeah.
here to the end of this
There you
thing.
go. Just
We
put him
have
up
to lift it
center
so
side.
high.
There you go. Right up on top, Pancho. We got it. Ready? Get the spring.
ain't turned up on. There you go.
Electrical to send with it also, huh?
He's good now. We got a light. This is a control panel back here to the X-ray.
Well, those are nice. Those are good lights.
Yeah, here's the light. Yeah.
Let there be
Light, and there was light.
Well, let's get going, and what's keeping it going? I mean, what's the motivation here?
It started, we were in a prayer group one day, and we mentioned it and said this was, the equipment had been sitting here for a long time, and there had been different ones come in and talk about the work going on in the Ukraine, and so we started talking about it in our prayer groups and put it on our prayer list, and just started working on it. Slowly we started talking with different people in the county, commissioners and judge. We talked with Texas Baptist men that's had a lot of success in moving equipment over to the Ukraine, and they got real excited about it. So that's how we got going.
So it got to rolling down the hill, and
yes,
and you couldn't get it stopped. Nobody wanted to stop.
That's right. Couldn't get it stopped. Now we're having to load all this stuff.
Well, I understand there's a lot of money that's been raised, not a lot, but a little bit of money raised to get this job done. Who primarily, just contributions, or?
Just pretty much contributions, just local people. Texas Baptist men came up with a pretty good share of the money, and then there was local money here. Of course, the commissioners and the judge have been a lot of help. They put the stuff out to bid and all, and of course the bid that we put forth was the highest one, but they've been a tremendous amount of help. They've got probationers here today working. The sheriff has offered to help us on another work day. They've just really been supportive.
Yeah.
Private time, everything.
Hey, Buster, I think they ought to get just Bob and some of the ones here to explain how we're going to get this stuff to Russia. Now, this pickup here, we know we can go as far as down to Orange and take the interstate all the way down. You know, but Leroy and the trailer over there are going to have a time getting out there right there. But we're going to pedal fast. Yeah. We still got the road map out trying to find exactly how you get there.
See, that didn't have the truck. It means you gotta pull it. Well, you get a lot of inner tubes.
Willie Barrett went to that.
Move, if those especially on the radio, bless their hearts on the radio, you can't see what's
Don't know what's going on.
You're lost
Yeah.
from this stuff.
Well, let's just go back. The first one, there was so much confusion. It was Bill Haley in the Senate.
Dropping the microphone.
Dropping the microphone. So then we lost him, and so I'm in here announcing that that's Bill Haley. And then this black gentleman comes on, and he's Zeb Swindle, in case any of y'all did not recognize him and wondered about that. And then the next one was a Patsy Palmquist that Buster was talking to. And then we talked about, then we had the garden club, and I'm sure you recognized your truly. And I told Wayne, I said, one of the interesting things that we should have talked about is for you to watch my weight as it's gone up and down over the past 8 years.
That's right. It's done that.
And the one time when I was thin time and they showed it, they didn't show me very well. I wanted them kept focusing over on me, to show me, hey, she's lost 10 pounds. Well, we didn't see that.
That was Jim Chapman that we were looking at.
Jim Chapman.
Yeah, just not you and your white shirt. That was Jim Chapman's program.
What was important to me, of course. I'm still here in front of the camera, But that was a very interesting program, and it's very nice to have had the coffee shop to be able to cover these political things. And very important figure, Jim Chapman in town.
Yeah.
And we covered that.
I was talking with Jerry Johnson yesterday, came by, and he said probably there was nothing he's ever done that he got more comments off of was after he'd do one of our programs. He'd get more calls, more comments about the things that are going on. So it's good to know we've had some effect on at least people being aware of things.
And to me, it was very informative to be able to have our state senator, our state representative, our U.S. representative come and talk and share with the people.
I was glad to see Jerry. The last time he was on the show, I got in a crossfire with him kind of on education.
Crossfire, that's another show, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, not promoting that. But the thing is Jerry's
not on kind of like Crossfire, right?
But Jerry's not on the education committee. I couldn't figure out why they said, well, boy, you jumped on Jerry. Somebody called me and said, well, you need to talk to him like that. And I was sitting there going, but he's not on the TEA. That's who I was griping about, But anyhow, leave it to me.
As usual, you get in the hot seat.
That's right. But everything's fine. But Jerry said that he got more comments after this program, which, was something.
Good, yeah.
Because we don't know if somebody's out there listening.
Exactly.
We just flat don't know.
We've not had any back and forth communication. And needless to say, we did not get the $50,000.
No,
we didn't.
If you have $50,000, we'll have a good time on that.
But anyway, we have had a real good time and have had interesting things. And the last thing we were going to talk about on this last segment that was taped, I think Bob explained it pretty good. Bob Reeves. The Shelby General Hospital was sitting there with all the equipment, and in a prayer group they came up with Sending It to Ukraine, which has opened up a whole field of things for our church that we've endeavored. And if you saw last week's Report Times,
no,
you did not see it, and you didn't listen to Fred all last week.
Well,
I am disillusioned with you. Fred told about Center had in the living section half-page coverage
That's neat.
talking about the Ukraine and Leroy and Willie and Carl and Sally and the different ones who've gone over there in the ministry. And the thing that Mr. Hudson mentioned is that Shreveport Times does not cover East Texas area, and so he had to say, you know, I was wrong. They did. They gave us some really good coverage and commented on it. But it's a very nice article. But that one segment that we covered on the coffee shop and what it did, it really had far-reaching all the way to Ukraine.
Yeah, and it was just, and the thing is I think we need to be very careful on this Ukraine ministry. While our church was in the position that we could direct a lot of things, it was the citizens of Shelby County that reached in and did this, not just the First Baptist. There were all denominations, all different churches, and the county judge and the commissioner's court and all the folks that allowed all this to happen.
Yes,
and,
but you know, because the judge and the commissioners, that was their decision to let those things go because it did belong to the county.
Right.
Even though we bought it, it was a very nominal fee. And I would venture to say that people from other churches donated to even purchase that material.
And all the time we've had these trailers that we continue to have up here that carry supplies, clothing, food over. It's really, our church could not do that. We were able to have the...
It's the community.
It's the community pitching in.
And not only our community, it has far reach and it goes outside of what we think of as our community.
There's a clinic, you know, it's literally, what's unbelievable is literally millions of dollars worth of medical equipment have now gone over to the Ukraine, and supplies and different things, literally because of what started through Shelby General Hospital being donated.
And we sometimes think, or tend to think, that we've given them our cast-offs, but they're so much more advanced than what they had that they feel like they're very up-to-date on their medical equipment. It has really served a need. It's not like sending second-hand things over there. It really served a need for them in case somebody starts thinking, well, that stuff had been sitting there. They just, you know, that's one of the things I think we've been flabbergasted as we've got into Russia to see that they do not have the modern technology that we thought they had. It was all focused into other areas, and that is a wonderful thing that has been done through the community.
Oh, yes.
And we want to thank everybody for that because it has, who knows what effect it's going to have down the road.
That's right.
In that.
So we're getting more like...
I'm going to let you introduce the next...
Maybe they'll be sending us medical supplies before it's all over.
That's true. You never know. Some of the people that you may not have recognized for our radio audience on this, loading this equipment to go to the Ukraine, we had Judge Bowles, we had Robert Fairchild, we had Leroy and Willie, Brother Ken, McNeil, Rayford Jr., Bob Reeves, Billy Ferguson, Brother Carl, and yours truly, Wayne Christian over here. He was the one with the funny hat, in case you didn't recognize.
And the big bottom. It's horrible.
Well, the radio didn't see that.
They didn't know. You know, the thin guy. Yeah.
Yeah, the real thin guy. That was when he was down, what? I'm talking about 10 pounds.
Okay.
We have another tape, and it's going to be Buster talking about, Buster's mom, I'm sorry, talking about her father. I have an echo. Am I too close? I bet our TV's turned up too loud.
Okay, that's fine. Governor Richards, okay, and
the Watermelon Fest, Christmas Parade,
New Car Dealers, Father's Day, and Jack Carpenter's Farm.
Speaking of Governor Richards, something very interesting happened in Center Texas this past week. I understand George Jr. was here in town.
Yeah, and I had a tape of it made. It was a really good tape, and we'll be broadcasting it for folks that might want to hear it. But anyhow, it's
heard parts of it on the radio last week.
Really?
Parts of it were broadcasting, whether all of it was
or not. It's interesting that, you know, I like to see us get involved in state politics, national politics. You know, there's things that people need to be aware of. And probably the worst thing happening in our country today and in Shelby County is folks not taking the time to vote.
That's right. We're so guilty of that. But we'll go to our tape and then we'll talk to you some more later.
And
can I say that on the camera?
But I think that your father was a watchmaker.
He was.
In what town?
In Manny, and I know that.
Manny, Louisiana.
Manny, Louisiana, yes. He was, his father was a Mississippi riverboat gambler and went broke on that Mississippi. They were originally from Mississippi and my mother from Texas, and they met in Mississippi, and he stayed there, I guess, because he couldn't...
I forgot to tell you, this is a church show, and we can't talk about gambling on the Mississippi River.
Well, I'm so sorry, but it was quite a trade.
I'm just
150 years ago.
I'm just teasing, of course.
And once upon a time, he taught math and music at the college in, what is it, Keachai?
Keachai?
Yeah.
The University of Keachai.
That's right, which was also 100 years ago, and of course began to have a family and had so many children, he had to find something that would make more money. And he was what was known as a jeweler. And during the Depression, he set all the clocks and watches for the railroad. And we had a pretty good income, and we're poor, of course, but we didn't know it.
Yeah.
And he's a pretty good guy.
Do you have fond memories of him? Was he?
Oh,
yes. Was he fun? Was he serious?
Yes, he was fun. Boy, he was strict as a all get out. And his means of punishment, my brother, just younger than I, fought over a certain chair, and he made us sit side by side in it, which he did not believe in paddling. But he punished in other ways. Now, Mama did.
He was still strict, though.
Yes, very, very strict.
Was he a Democrat or Republican?
He was Democrat.
Or was it important? I mean,
Not really. It was more local things. He was not really. He was a member of the school board and things like that. Was of course, our town is so little till everybody was important.
What did you get from your father?
Honesty. No matter what it cost, if you believe you're right, fight for it. But you must be honest with everybody and everything.
What I do is get them to talk a little bit.
Right, and you're the guy who knows something about what they do and what they're going to be playing and experience, and he's going to be a captain.
We got 5 captains.
Okay, well, that's great.
Okay, we'll try it.
We'll try it now. We'll try it a different way. Okay, sound good? Sound okay? This is my sound man.
Hey, that's good. He can do it.
Okay, give you a 3 count. Good morning. We're out here on the football field. It's Friday morning, and I assure you that after all our rain, a lot of dew out here, and I think everybody's shoes are wet, Coach.
They are that, very wet.
This is Coach James Conway, of course, and James is with us in the studio this morning, but we wanted to get him out here at the work site to see what you really do, and you got some guys with you here this morning. So would you introduce the guys and tell us a little bit about them?
This is Kelvin Ratcliffe. He's number 22. He's our starting fullback. Last year, Kelvin rushed the ball for over 900 yards. I was pretty stupid coach last year. Didn't probably give it to him enough, but this year he's going to get plenty of chances to tote that pigskin for us. Kelvin, you want to tell this community anything? Kelvin's no shy talker, really. That's all right. Kelvin's about, 6'3", about 195. He's a real good leader. He's not a talkative leader. He does it by example. He's a guy that sets the pace for everybody else to follow. He does just exactly what we want him to do. And Kelvin's been working in our deck cog program this summer. He's also been in the watermelon patch, hauling watermelons as well, hauling hay as well, right? Yes. Okay. Jamie, come on in here.
And to spend time with you. I'm going to move her wagon. I might even go over there and get a snow cone in his teeth. Get a chance to talk to you, listen to you. Representative Johnson and Haley will tell you that we can go down there to that Capitol Dome in Austin, Texas and talk to each other and not learn a thing. The only way we learn is when we're out with you and listening to you and hearing what you have to say to us. And so, my friends, God bless you for coming to see me and for celebrating Pioneer Days and for celebrating the birth of the greatest nation on earth and the opportunity to live in the greatest state in that nation.
From Center, Governor, grew up with me, and he does a little do here.
The car, Bill, this is perfect. This is perfect. Bill's our star on television every once in a while.
I would hope so.
Welcome to Frontier Days, and we're going to have you on cable TV Sunday morning, so be nice.
Oh, I'm always nice, and especially when I get to be in center.
Well, what we wanted to know is, do you know anything about Bill Haley that we ought to know?
No. Listen, I know that he's got on the stripes and I have on the stars, and that just makes us a walking flag, doesn't it? I know that Bill Haley is a hard-working man, and I know that he probably understands teaching and education better than anybody down in state government.
Well, I want to show you the depth of his understanding. He spoke at Lions Club, and I said, last question, Bill, is public ed fixed? And what did he say?
He said no.
No,
Not
he looked
yet.
at square and eye and he said yes. Next question.
And came back and told him no.
You know, I think that you have to realize, though, that public ed is one of those things that is an ongoing process. Times change, education changes, our kids change, our communities change, and education has to change with it.
Well, we're proud to be here this afternoon at the Shelby County Watermelon Festival. Is that correct?
That's close.
Well, what's right if that isn't right?
The Watermelon Feast and More.
And more. Well, what's the more?
More is arts and crafts booths, contests, and a civic band concert.
Okay, now I saw we had hot dogs.
Yes.
Is that part of the more?
We do. We have food. We have free watermelon slices.
Okay.
Lots more.
Free.
Yes.
The price is right there. Now, is there any admission that we had today at this
No.
event? Okay, good, because I didn't pay anything. I shouldn't have asked that probably, because if there was one, then I'd been suckered myself into it.
We would have been asking you.
I don't doubt that. Appreciate y'all stopping with us this morning at the Coffee Shop Cafe.
Nice, cool morning.
Yes, nice, cool morning. I'm sitting just dripping, you know.
Lots of activity up here for a Sunday morning.
Yeah, it is. A lot of daylight, too.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thank y'all. And Buster, Buster Bounds is our cameraman this afternoon, and thank y'all for stopping by.
Thank you.
And we're just going to have the governor come in and meet him. Governor Smith, I'm Wayne Christian, Shirley Schaffner, and we're talking this morning, Sunday morning. We'll be broadcasting this, and want you to just say hello to the folks of Center and Shelby County on a little television show we have here. It's an honor for us to have you come and visit us in Center.
Well, of course, I'm honored to be here. I always, while serving with you as governor, enjoyed coming to Center. The people are so friendly and they are so nice, and then to have this opportunity to represent more or less Senator Haley and to congratulate him on the work he's doing and the work that Mary is doing. But always Center has been one of my favorite towns in Texas, and I've been in all of them. I suppose we campaigned in every city with 1,000 people or more.
World renowned, and this is Mr. Jack
County renowned. Hi, it's good to be on the Coffee Shop Cafe.
Well, it's good to have.
I think this is the first time we've had you on the coffee
Yeah,
shop.
it really is.
That's
You know,
strange, and it's
I run a
real.
coffee shop myself every morning starting about 5 o'clock. I hit the air at 6, and that's 5 days a week. And so on Sundays, I usually sleep till about 9 o'clock.
Well, then you can turn the TV on and watch us smile and grin.
It's downstairs, though. I sleep upstairs.
Watermelon clothes. Look at this outfit. Hello, Miss Francis. How are you doing today?
How do you do?
Now, this is the from Paris, France, I'm sure. This is the latest fashion. All the way. Look at here, front and back, all the way. We've got Watermelon USA, and the little dainty. Yes, can Buster get this? Turn back around, Miss Francis. This is the latest fashions from Dewar, Ballure. They're oats, I guess, is where this all come from, right?
Oh, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so I think it's very attractive. Watermelon Festival lady. Now you.
Are you guys gonna tumble or ride?
We're riding. We might tumble as we ride, right? We will.
Are you gonna say Merry Christmas?
Look at him. Merry Christmas!
All right, we'll practice on ho, ho, ho. You ready?
Ho, ho, ho!
All right, if you see anybody that looks kind of grumpy, we'll say bah humbug. You ready?
Bah humbug!
You guys will do okay.
Troop 0968.
Of the Boy Scouts?
Girls.
Girl Scouts. Oh, I forgot. What are you guys gonna say when you go around the square?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas?
We're gonna sing.
What are y'all gonna sing? Sing for me.
Sing a song. Which one?
Rudolph.
Jingle bells. Jingle bells.
All right.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. We don't want to tell everybody everything we know till we get on the square. See you guys up there, okay? Bye.
The mayor.
This is the mayor
And Grand Marshal.
and the Grand Marshal. All right, see you guys on the square.
Get a friendly way, right?
What group is this, sir?
Huh?
What group is this?
Cub Scout Pack 119.
Did you used to march in the parades a year or two ago?
Yeah.
What
Couple of years ago.
What group are you in?
Well, the last time was Explorer Post 164.
That's about 1964?
No, it was about 1957.
All right. And who was the leader of that pack at that time?
My dad, Benny Meeks, was Explorer Advisor.
Well, very good. I'm going to get a few shots before the parade starts. We'll see y'all downtown.
Yeah. Motorcycle.
Ah, Pack 119. And your name is Trey? Trey, what are you going to say when you go around the square? How about Merry Christmas?
Okay.
Okay. How about you, little girl? Are you a Cub Scout?
Hello, mister. I'm a den leader.
following in my grandmother's footsteps.
All right. What are you going to say when you go around the square?
Merry Christmas, and boys, don't run over me if I fall over.
Okay, guys, like we practiced. Okay, guys.
Good morning. We're here with Donald Monroe at Monco Motors and talking to him about some of the new cars that you've just introduced to Center, Texas. When was the new car show date of the introduction?
The new car show date was actually September the 28th, which is traditionally the last Thursday in September every year.
We're late then, like always, aren't we?
Well, a little bit, but it's it's recent.
Well, now, has the new car show date, is it still the big deal it was when me and you were a little bit smaller, you know, and we used to run around here with a...
Actually not. They have don't have the big unveilings they used to have on the show day. They
secrecy
have, is kind of gone away. We were actually selling 90 model vehicles before the 90 model show day, and that used to not happen.
And Laura's helping with the balloons. There's Daddy and Sundance.
Yes, good boy, Sundance. Sundance got stung by a bee a few minutes ago.
Oh,
He didn't enjoy that
no.
too much. Did you, Sundance?
Hi, Brooke. Hi, Popsicle. Where's Will?
That was very enjoyable. We got to see Will when he was a baby, and we got to see Sundance, and Sundance is no more, so if you missed that, sorry.
Sundance got run over.
So got run over.
Well, we appreciate
Pretty
everybody.
girls.
Yeah, pretty good. Good
All
time.
that time.
Hey, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to Coffee Shop for these many years. It's been about 8 years now we've been doing this.
Jeanette Davis and I were talking yesterday, I think 87.
Yeah.
The Business and Professional Women was our first show. Do you remember that? We got the call that we were busting up families. So it's been an interesting time, and we've enjoyed it very much because I've told people that I'm in my little cubby hole out there, and I don't know what's going on in the rest of the world hardly, especially not in our community. You know, you might listen to the evening news and hear what's going on there, but I don't know what's going on in the community. But I've been able to come here and
kind
see
of find out
people
what's
and
going
find out
on,
what's
kind of
going
get
on.
together. And again, if there's some folks interested in Coffee Shop continuing out there, let us know. I think the main thing is it's hard to find out sitting in this little room up here whether there's anybody listening out there.
Exactly. We don't
And
know.
You might give a call to the church office this week if you think we ought to continue with the program, and it's a possibility of coming back. I think they're good folks, Dan Dillinger and Larry Ballard and Delbert Beckham and their wives have been just super folks that have worked awful hard in this broadcast room. And they're behind the cameras, don't get any of the credit. So as we're saying farewell to at least this part of Coffee Shop, let's give them credit for having sit there for about 8 years twisting the knobs.
Exactly.
And
and I leave home at 8:30 on Sunday mornings, and I imagine they leave home a little bit before that, and so it's just like a work day. So they've given up their Sunday mornings to bring this to you. So we would like to hear from them.
And don't forget Mr. Hennigan. I mean, he's the one that
That's
brings the
right.
Tom's Peanuts from time to time to feed
Oh,
the
you're on the
festival.
wrong company. I hate to tell you that, but that was
Lance?
Lance. And I think he brings donuts sometimes.
Yeah.
Too. And he always comes down to our Sunday school room. He gets a piece of cake every once in a while, but he never
hungry
brings
fella.
us any of those other things out of there.
Hungry guy.
Yeah. But we appreciate all of them.
And we may be back, who knows? We're kind of undecided on what the future of the coffee shop allows, but for a while we're taking a breather. And so don't get too hung up. We might be back.
And we would like to hear from you. You know, we mentioned we got that first phone call and we were devastated. We thought, oh, what have we done wrong? And so when we've done something wrong, somebody usually tells us, but if we've done anything right and you'd like to tell, we'd love to hear that.
Really would.
If you enjoyed it. And we'd invite you now to stay tuned for our men's Bible class and afterwards for our church services. And we won't be back next Sunday. And I forgot more of my